hunting down my father, who is not a good guy. I found ourselves in need of. Get on with it. Okay, okay.
We don't have enough doors for all of the losers. Here's some of those we missed. Lincoln Riley, your bullshit's getting old. We ain't sold on you. Maybe next week, boy. Hell yeah, we ain't got the time. Josh High Pull, what a joke, you Bobby Hill looking motherfucker, you. We ain't got no more time for you fool. Hell yeah, we ain't got the time. Mark Stoops, your team is poop. How you still got a job? Kentucky must be fools. Hell yeah, we ain't got the time. Double sweaty, you fucking weenie. Can't you even win a game at home? I'm sure you won't get fired though, but we ain't got no more time for you. Hell yeah, we ain't got the time.
I'm the king of this shit, yeah, I'm built to last. Bitches trying to front, but they don't got the craft. Rolling with my crew, we move quick like a flash. Living that street life, making money, making cash. I hate your team, they just wanna crash. But I'm balling on a level, yo, I'm sipping on that sass. Smacking off the podcast, don't step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, know you hate my clarity. We live in thug life, that's the reality. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the absolute truth. Got these fuckers shook, they just playing the sleuth. You claiming that you tough, but where's your proof? I'm flexing all these wannabes, I'm the living proof. Hard street living, always rolling deep. In the shadows making moves, never lose my sleep. My rhymes hit hard like a punch from the street. So fuck with me, you know you can't compete. Stacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, you know I did. We live in thug life, that ain't no shit. Smack, yeah, we making waves. Cast hitting hard like we digging graves. Got that fire in my soul, feel the heat that raves. In this life, boy, you either thug or just slaves. With my crew by my side, we rise up like kings. Life's a game of chess and I'm pulling the strings. Got the world on my back, but I'm counting these blings. Motherfuck your team, they don't know where to sing. I'm the real deal, no imitation. Spitting raw truth, no hesitation. Built from the struggle, pure determination. Smacking off the podcast, my revelation. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, know you hate my clarity. We live in thug life, that's the reality. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the absolute truth. Got these fuckers shook, they just playing the sleuth. You claiming that you tough, but where's your proof? I'm flexing on these wannabes, I'm the living proof. Hard street living, always rolling deep. In the shadows making moves, never lose my sleep. My rhymes hit hard like a punch from the street. So with me, you know you can't compete. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a fucking freak. Fuck your mama, you know we all did. We live in thug life, that ain't no shit.
What you daddy don't like, you don't. I'll be you back in Mortal. The sun's back alive. What you white, like the gun, one together. We know, don't do, we know. We know, don't do, we know. What you do.
waves, cash hitting hard like we digging graves. Got that fire in my soul, feel the heat that raves. In this life, boy, you either thug or just slaves. With my crew by my side, we rise up like kings. Life's a game of chess and I'm pulling the strings. Got the world on my back while I'm counting these blings. Motherfuck your team, they don't know where to sing. I'm the real deal, no imitation. Spitting raw truth, no hesitation. Built from the struggle, pure determination. Smacking up the podcast, my revelation. Smacking up the podcast, don't step to me, talking all that.
On Christmas Day we singing, I'm breaking out, no screaming. Got my cash in hand, we storming. Jingle bells, I'm hearing them roaring. Merry Christmas, all you mofos. I'm your holiday broker. Oh, what fun it is to watch y'all stumble. Y'all sucking fuzzy, y'all sucking hard. Silence when I step, you know the vibe. Bitches quaking like they caught a homicide. Christmas time, we Santa's mob. Giving ass whoopings, that's my fucking job.
Your team sucks like a thick fucking shake. We're out here calling it like a man with a stake. Cracking skulls like candy canes. You know my skills remain. Watch me reign. Hoes know I'm the man. Gifts I give, you take with a smile on the street life hustle. We've ruled it for miles. Watch hard how I do it. Respects what I'm collecting. Your team is weak, brother, just second guessing.
Silence when I step, you know the vibe. Bitches quaking like they caught a homicide. Christmas time, it's Santa's job. Giving ass whoopings and laying down the law.
Hard life, but we showing on time. With the thugs and the bangers, we don't fall behind. Jingle bells jingling, but y'all hear nothing when we roll through your hood. We bringing that fucking. You thought you could hide, nope, nope. But I'm the one bringing all the real dope and the hope. Christmas cheer, yeah, it's not a facade. I'm the Santa of the streets, bringing smack to your heart. Watch your back, cause I'm coming down your chimney. Your team's kinda sucky and I'm punching on your chinny. So take your L's, put them under the tree. In this winter wonderland, only thugs run free.
Silence when I step, you know the vibe. Bitches quaking like they caught a homicide.
Christmas time, we riding that sleigh.
Giving ass whoopings, that's our team to say. Merry fucking Christmas Day.
The way we played against Southern Cal and Ohio State, I think we walk out of there with a victory.
Mario's capable of fucking it up somehow.
We have to be on game day. You know what that's going to be like.
No.
You know, like,
Damn you, Ed.
so I like that graphic. I look like Dr. Demento. I like that. I like Dr.
Yeah, you noticed that too, didn't you?
You're a dead man walking toward the unemployment line.
Break your goddamn ass. You ain't nothing but a punk bitch. Fuck you and every goddamn thing you stand for.
right, everybody. Welcome back to Backing Off the Podcast. What's up, Doug?
What's going on?
All the fun and excitement in the whole world. And this episode, man, should be just off the hook. It's just unbelievable everything we can talk about here. I'm just at a loss for words for some of the stuff that's happened, man.
Well, Stream, what's it called? Not StreamYard, but Streamlabs fucked us, or Facebook fucked us, whatever. The event went on the page this morning when I put it up, but it would not go live on our regular Smacking Off page. So we're coming at you from, this is why we have an extra page, is X's and O's.
That's right. X's and O's, baby. And then you responded quickly, swiftly, and flexibly, so you're bad to the bone, Doug. I don't care what they say.
And you know what? If I'm dreading the day that like it goes south on both of them, because I would have to stop and start over.
Oh.
And that would probably put us on at 9:20 Eastern. That's what I thought about doing tonight, but I knew it was going to put us behind.
Goodness. Damn, I don't know why they'd act like that. You'd think with such a monumental calling we have here, they'd be all for it.
Well, everybody speak up for yourself so we know you're here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
All right. Ed, you were supposed to be in Michigan. We were sending you to the Pokey to interview, what's his name again? Sherrone Moore?
Sherrone Moore.
You didn't make it over?
No, I didn't.
Is he like December 7th and his name will always live in infamy?
Could be.
Yeah, and look, I defended the whole spying thing to a point because everybody does it. We just took it to an extreme and got caught. I'm not defending this shit.
It's gonna make
Does it have the Ed stamp of approval?
Yeah. It's going to make an episode of America's one of them crime shows, like 48 Hours or something like that,
Sean Devine, what's going on?
What is going on?
Looking at you, Big Daddy.
I think we need to give Sean a moment to talk first, because he wasn't on the last episode, and we had shit to talk about. So let's let Sean.
Oh, last week was just conference championship games.
Whoa.
I mean, I sent you my picks, I think.
Yeah, no. We went live Sunday night. It was not a Donkey Balls episode, though it could have been. But
Sucks Donkey Balls, Sean.
No. We were talking about the big deal of Notre Dame getting left out of the 12-team playoff.
Yeah, we talked just about everything.
And I have an opinion on it. I don't know if you listened to the episode, Sean.
I did not.
I think it's. I'm not. I mean, here's the thing: we can talk about Notre Dame should have been over Alabama or Miami or whatever, but I don't think that's the issue here. I think the issue is when you've got these group of 5 teams that are not qualified to be in this playoff, but you're bound to fucking do it by your rules. It causes serious shit, and I think that's one thing that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I mean, that was my thought. I wasn't overly upset that Indy was left out for Miami or Alabama, because people have short memories, and Miami and Alabama got left out last year, and Notre Dame got in. So,
Well, see,
but yeah, the piece that bothered me is that you're claiming to have the 12 best teams, and
it's not. It's not
Vegas
set up.
says anything, all you had to do was look at the opening lines for the Tulane, Mississippi game and the JMU at Oregon game. They don't expect those games to be close.
No.
Well, here's the other thing. I mean, I get the whole thing about not punishing Alabama for the SEC championship, but Miami should have been ranked ahead of Notre Dame all season. However, if you're going to look at, let's pick between Notre Dame and Alabama. If you're going with the eye test, Notre Dame looks like they still look that way, even though Notre Dame looks like a threat to go deep in the playoff. Bama doesn't, not
I would
this year.
I would totally agree with that, Ed. If you're going by the eye test, Notre Dame looks better than that. Notre Dame is peaking right now, and Alabama is slumping.
Yeah, but I would also throw into to defend Alabama on that. I would say Alabama's definitely played a much more challenging schedule here. Not to Notre Dame's fault. And again, these schedules are made years in advance. It's not their fault that Purdue, Stanford, Boston College, and Syracuse are all in the toilet right now.
That's what I was telling Bruce on Sunday. I was defending Bama as far as their resume and everything. They've got the best win in the country this year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they had it in the middle of the season when their strongest
and they have
schedule
that stretch. I don't know how good all those teams ended up being, but
they had the best win, and they also have another really great win over Vanderbilt.
And that's what brings me back to what I was saying earlier. We could make this a battle about these at-large bids, but the real situation here is we're trying to shoehorn in group of 5 teams, and it's not always the case that you really have one that needs to be in there. And
Why
this year,
2 of them? Why 2 of them?
Well, because they tied their hands and said there has to be 5 conference champions in, and they weren't putting Duke in.
I
not a 7 and 5.
Although I do believe that Duke would probably beat either one of these teams.
Did they put Duke in?
I think they did play Tulane.
They got to put 5 champions in. They didn't put the ACC champion in.
Yeah.
High fly.
Well, I just think I think we need to drop all that. Ohio State didn't win their conference, and they're in the top 4, and they were
keep them out.
That was a rule that they changed.
Yeah, they didn't win the Big Ten last year, but they won the national championship, right?
Notre Dame won the independent conference championship. They should be.
Technically, Notre Dame is your Mountain West Conference champion, since Boise State won it, and Notre Dame absolutely pounded Boise State.
I really don't. I think that sometimes the conference championship game means a little bit. Definitely, everybody got to see that Georgia's playing really good football right now.
Did Notre Dame play Miami?
Yeah.
Early.
Who won that game?
Labor Day.
Miami. But Sean, based upon what you said, then Notre Dame should have gotten in as the highest group of 5 team.
Yeah, I mean, I was tongue in cheek there.
I know,
but
there's some legitimacy there.
I just think that if you're gonna, you can go on their website. And it says we're trying to put the 12 best team playoff, and if we move to 16, it'll say we're trying to put the 16 best. But not if you have these arbitrary,
should have beat Miami.
I will go further than what you're going to say, Sean. And I think what you're going to say is group of 5. If you've got a group of 5 team that's in the top 12 or 16 or whatever it is, however many spots we're giving out. I'm going to go further than that, and I'm going to say we got. And I do realize that Duke didn't meet the threshold, but I think there's going to be years when we've got conference champions, maybe with only 3 losses, but because the field is so good, they don't belong in.
How do you feel about Notre Dame getting their bottom lip stuck out and not going to a bowl game like a bunch?
Are you talking to me or Sean?
Sean.
Them.
Players said
that's some
championship
bitch
or
ass
bust.
shit, homie.
It's championship or bust.
I was say it's bitch ass. This is what someone's needed to do. FSU should have done it.
I totally agree, but FSU didn't have the clout that Notre Dame has.
No,
Notre Dame has such a TV. They've got such a TV presence, and they're going to fill this. The bowl season is going to fill this.
The difference.
I don't like it though. As
the
childish.
Difference between Florida State and Notre Dame in that situation is, to Doug's point, is absolutely right. But I would also say that the Orange Bowl is a significantly more prestigious bowl than the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
I
No offense to Pop-Tarts, I like them. They're a nice little snack. But sorry, the King Orange, the Orange Bowl, is one of the 4 original bowls, That's a bowl you want to go to. Sorry, the Pop-Tarts Bowl, when you're that close to going to the playoff, and the playoff is what matters now. Because that's all the talking heads on any station that does college football, playoff for 4 months straight. And when
All
you're
the
that
bowl
close,
games matter, though. This is
no, they don't.
No, they
college
don't.
football.
They
No,
don't
they
matter.
don't. They do not. That's
I totally disagree
flawed
with that.
logic, Dave. That's
If
flawed logic.
50
I think
College
if you,
football, brother.
I think
There's-
if you took a vote on this, Sean, I think we'd have a very probably 50-50 split on this question, because there's many of us, as myself, I think Notre Dame didn't do the right thing by football.
I
You
definitely
play
some
your
I-
game,
Bitch
you
ass
play
shit,
fine.
homie.
I
Not
think they
because
absolutely did the right thing.
you're
Because you're not
jilted.
getting the Notre Dame team. You wouldn't get the Notre Dame team you
I
saw all
don't
year in that
care
bowl.
whether they voted within themselves to do it and opt out. That
It's an
has nothing to
invitation.
do with it.
It's a
I
bowl
know from what
invitation.
I'm hearing, Kansas State isn't playing their game. I don't think that's
Neither is
right
Iowa
either.
State. Neither is
And
Auburn.
Iowa State. I don't think that's right either. Then
Florida State.
eliminate and get rid of all the ball games.
I mean, let's
Quit
get
playing
down
the
to brass
fucking
tacks
games.
and let's get down to brass tacks and talk truth here.
Yeah, I'm
You got
talking
you
truth.
got the 6 New Year's 6 bowls that are tied into the playoff. 6 times 2 is 12. There are 82 slots for teams available. So 82 minus 12 is 70. 70 divided in half is 35 bowl games. That's a bloated system of teams that are 6-6 and 7-5 that shouldn't be going bowling to begin with.
5 and 7
I
this year.
agree with you.
The
I'm not
reason for
disagreeing
them, though,
with you
is
on
to
that.
fill
I'm
what?
talking about when
Airtime.
there's a bowl game offered up and you're nominated to do it, whether it's the Pig Bowl or the Rose Bowl, you go to those games.
It's an invitation.
It's an
I
invitation.
get
I
invited to
know
weddings, and
you can
sometimes I
opt
don't
out.
go to the weddings.
Then the
Well,
next
based on their
time,
excuses,
yeah.
guys, based on their excuses about why not to go to bowl games, the various teams, that's the real problem is the college football schedule and the schedule that's allowing for transport portal and signing day and coaches to leave teams before the bowls are over. That's the culprit for that. Then you can't say, since they wouldn't be able to transfer or join the portal, you can't say that at that point that you don't want to play because of that. It'd have to be some other excuse. So, but to your point, Sean, I do believe that there's too many bowls, and the fact that they're all commercialized name don't stick well with me. That means I don't know who the fuck or care who the fuck the bowl is.
I say when they're sponsored by somebody, I got to look up what does this company that's sponsoring this bowl even do. For example, whatever the company that replaced Outback for
Is that
bowl.
water?
Oh, well, the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl that we're playing in this next coming Saturday
Jimmy
is
Kimmel
it a
Bowl.
relevant bowl game? Fuck no, it's not.
That eliminates half the country right off the top, right there.
Are you
Did you
joking?
just say the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl?
Yeah.
We need a laugh track. Doug, do we got the laugh track?
Shit. Let me
It's
look
a
for it.
joke.
The Jimmy
But
Kimmel Bowl?
the UW's playing in it against Boise.
Wow.
Do I think
Halftime
it's a
entertainment is
relevant
going to be a
bowl
bunch
game?
of
Fuck
the
no.
halftime entertainment is just going to be a bunch of stand-up comedians coming out there.
I think it's bigger than that. I think Notre Dame is taking a stance. This college football committee has been inconsistent. You keep a team ranked where they were all season above from week 4 on above Miami. Pretty much they're being told not only by the but Vegas and everything else, they're a shoe-in to get in. They have nothing to worry about. And then they get booted because our college football playoffs committee cannot be consistent. So they're making a stance.
I gotta tell you guys, I'm not surprised that the only woman on the panel agrees with this bullshit, because that's some bitch ass shit, homie.
Really?
You don't fucking take your football and go home. You go play the fucking bowl game. This is college football. They don't do it for the money. They do it because they like to play the game.
Like Landon said, for the love of the game.
You're
do it.
You're foolish. You're absolutely
Okay,
foolish
I'm-
to believe
I'm
that.
Dude, 99% of these kids are not gonna play pro football, dude.
But
Like
yet, when
the
they
whole
start college,
sport's
that
getting
is the goal.
fucked up.
They ultimately realize that when they don't get invited to the NFL Combine. But when they start, because most of these programs are getting 3 to 5 star players, and their expectation is that they are going to go to the NFL. And
Go
before we
play
had
the
the
game.
portal and NIL, players were even opting out before that for the NFL.
Yeah, they were absolutely out of the games.
So real quick before I forget on this comparison between Florida State, what Florida State did, and Notre Dame, there's a lot of differences we didn't even discuss.
But there
Okay,
is
so first,
everyone's bitch since then about inconsistency. Well, I can't even talk. And then add in, they're pissed again because Ole Miss is in, and they lost their coach plus 6 others.
yeah.
But she was left
There's
out.
also 12 spots now too, though.
So you know
there was only 4 spots then.
You get this. It's very inconsistent. Something needs to be changed. It needs to be set in stone. What is actually going? What is the criteria?
It's almost like college football needs a commissioner, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so but what I'm talking about is when Florida State people said they shouldn't have went to the Orange Bowl. Florida State answers to a conference. They had a Orange Bowl bid. If they don't take that bid, I don't know that I'm pretty sure the conference loses. They lose
Money.
a bowl spot. Yeah, of course they lose money. Now the Orange Bowl may take the next ACC team. I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't have happened.
Well, Iowa State paid $500,000 to not go.
Right. Okay, so yeah, because it was probably the bowl was probably going to cost them more than that.
So did Kansas State.
Yeah. Okay, so Florida State has to answer to the ACC on the lost bowl revenue. It's serious shit if you're in a conference and you turn down a New Year's Six bowl. And Notre Dame may not have turned down a New Year's Six bowl, but I wouldn't have blamed them if they did. Notre Dame don't have to answer to anybody.
Oh,
nobody.
And they're the only one that can make a stand.
Notre Dame can withstand that loss. They send a hell of a message with it. That we need serious change here, and nobody could make this point better than Notre Dame. Nobody.
Exactly.
Well,
It's not just about Notre Dame. I mean, there was other inconsistencies. I feel bad for BYU.
Yeah, they got left out. Vandy got left out.
I feel bad for Vanderbilt.
BYU fucking lost. Fuck them.
So you're going to drop them, but other teams lost in their continent. You're not going to drop. It's just an inconsistency.
It's a big time.
If you're a committee, be consistent.
Right, and they haven't been for the last, I would say, 4 or 5 years. They haven't been consistent.
Well, they have gray areas.
We should let AI decide who gets in.
Chat GPT.
And
so this committee has gray areas, and they've got rules too.
Then, like every other type of, way of putting together this playoff, if they went on the same as BCS, if they went on and let AI did it, they did that, and Notre Dame was in.
Was there any way for Notre Dame to get in with the 5 champion rule? Was there any way that the committee could have got around it? I'm asking legitimately. I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
It would have been. It would have been. Well, it would have been Miami 9, Notre Dame 10. I think is the only way they could have done it, and Bama would have been left out.
Then who gets that spot?
That's keeping Tulane and the other and James Madison in.
Yeah, see, that's where we need to change.
That's the hinge point here, because I think us as a group would say to ourselves, we don't feel Madison and Tulane is legitimate contenders.
Oh, and my
I mean, I would like to, yeah. I mean, anybody here that disagrees that thinks James Madison or Tulane can actually win 4 games in a row and win the national title.
Hell no.
But anyway, just watch, and you'll realize what he's saying.
And not only that, the pairings of the game. We're getting a game we saw in September where Ole Miss beat Tulane 45-10.
You're
Yeah.
getting rematches. I mean, it's just taking away what was supposed to be set up for people to be excited, and we're getting the same games over.
Well, they're testing it's harder to beat a team twice theory.
So Ole Miss doesn't beat them by 35. Say they beat them by 28.
Yeah.
What if Tulane pulls the upset, man?
I
Lane's
mean,
not there this time.
I think it's hard to beat a team twice when the teams are
Okay.
close.
Yeah.
Have an argument, then why did they leave Ole Miss in without their coach and other coaches? You're gonna get that question then.
Yeah, to Doug's point, I mean, if they're close, then yeah, it's hard to beat the team twice. But for years, the Patriots pounded the New York Jets twice a year because of the disparity in talent. So,
But you know what the problem is with that is that the losing team in a when you've got two close teams that are pretty equal, the losing team always has the insight on the adjustments that need to be made. But if you won the game, what do you do? I mean, what do you adjust to?
yeah, you're rinse and repeat, and then oh crap,
and then hope that works again, right?
Yeah, exactly. So no, I think it's just simply you have two teams that don't really belong in there. James Madison and Ole Miss, and that needs to get fixed. And hopefully, supposedly in January, they're going to have another discussion, try to get this thing to 16 teams for next year, and we'll move forward. But as far as a Notre Dame fan being upset that Alabama and Miami got in over us, I'm not, because last year we got in over them. So
I call this the DEI year because I think we all know that those two teams don't belong there.
They think that football should be similar to March Madness, where we'll give the little guy a shot and he could pull the upset. But the two are so distinctly different that they shouldn't be using that
criteria
mindset. Because even in March Madness, what they're forgetting is when those little teams like University of Maryland, Baltimore County, the 16 over the 1, Virginia a few years ago, they didn't. I don't even think they made the Sweet 16. They knocked off Virginia, the 1 seed, and then the next game I think they lost. But
yeah.
So to Dane's point, if Tulane or JMU wins their games, I don't think they are. I don't think anyone thinks they are. But if one of them were to advance, who's not to say that Georgia's going to pound JMU the next week, or Ohio State or Indiana gets one and just beats them. Okay, great. They won one game.
They're not
and then they got pounded in the next game.
Yeah.
So I want to make it clear, though, like as far as group of 5 teams in my lifetime, I've seen some really good ones that would have fit perfectly into this 12-team playoff. But 2025 Tulane and 2025 James Madison are not
those teams.
Right.
And ultimately, if you think about it, it's also going to hurt the network. If it's 35-0 at halftime in one of these, all right. Well, we'll see what else is on the old telly, and we'll watch that. Something that's more entertaining versus a beatdown. Whereas the other 2 games, I think that are scheduled are going to be very competitive. Going to be really good games. It's just a shame we're not going to get 4 that weekend.
Nope.
Well, it might be a long time before we get four first games in round 1.
Yeah, that's it. Well, yeah, because hopefully in January they can come to their senses and come to an agreement. But they've had a whole year thus far. They had the deadline, I think, was like 1 December, and then they punted it to next January here, in like 50 days. But it's because of the 2 big conferences. This is why we need a commissioner, that isn't beholden to either of them to, come to an agreement, because the SEC believes in, conference champions, the power conference champions, and then it's just the 11 best for 16. The Big Ten model is tied to they get 4, and the SEC gets 4, and the ACC gets 2, and the Big 12 gets 2. Well, why not just have the best 11? I think the SEC model is the way to go.
What, the open field model where all conferences get 2 and that's it?
I don't think if you're good enough, you should just get a spot because you're in a conference.
No, I mean, seriously not. And like I said, we're going to run into years when you've got conference champions with 3 losses that are not going to belong in this.
Yeah,
Or
and you're
5.
always going to have borderline teams at the
Well, we
end of
know
the 16, 17. Who's in, who's out?
so Duke had 5 losses, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean that they didn't meet the threshold. I didn't even know there was a threshold when I first saw that Duke was going to be in the ACC championship game. My first thought was, "Holy shit! Duke wins that game, they're going to be in this fucking playoff." I did not know that there was a threshold, and I'm glad there is. But we need some group of 5 thresholds.
Yeah, some guardrails because we want to see the best teams play. I'd love to see Diego Pavia in this playoff. I'd love to see Barrett Bachmeier in this playoff. I'd love to see Jeremiah Love in this playoff. And I mean, I'll canvas. I can think of 2 players, one from each of the group of 5 teams in this playoff. Other than that, I couldn't name another soul on those teams.
All right.
Can anyone else? I mean, can anyone else top that?
No.
I know of Retzloff on Tulane because he transferred from BYU because of the honor code violation. And then I know the running back for, I think, James Madison is Wayne Knight. And the only reason I know that is because he's named after Wayne Knight, the actor who played Newman in Seinfeld.
Now, guys, you had the key to this a minute ago. What Sean said that how many viewers would leave the broadcast during the game. So let's say that the Tulane game is a total blowout, and you're tracking the numbers, and they do track the numbers on this. And people have left the game by halftime. So all the corporations that had ads that aired after halftime wasted their money, and they're the ones that have to move the needle on this. They're the ones that have to tell the obviously whoever runs it, which is probably looks like it's really ESPN, that we don't want to advertise on here if you're putting these kinds of matchups. Nobody wanted to see Tulane. They're the ones that have to move the needle on this, the advertisers.
I mean, here's another thing. We've got 2 rematches in these first 4 games. Couldn't there have been a way to – I mean, I almost believe that they should try to guard against that and then maybe reseed after the first 4 games.
Preach, man. Preach. Absolutely. That's the other thing. Got to reseed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's –
because there's some more interesting games in here. You could have had Alabama and A&M, which did not play this year. You could have had Alabama and Miami play. There was ways to do this, but the rankings wouldn't allow it. Maybe what you do – go ahead.
Well, why couldn't you put Tulane against James Madison as a walking game?
Then you got a no-name game. You got no.
You're going to lose either way on each end of this. If you really look at it, like
at least if you've got
like
Oregon,
the halftime thing,
you've got the Oregon people that'll watch it. Oregon's got fans. You've got Ole Miss. Well, I mean, with Lane gone, I don't know. Ole Miss will still be interested. They could win the national championship. I mean, they run the table.
That would be hilarious. And then they don't give Lane a ring.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
Lane, it's in the mail. Trust us. It'll be there
So
soon.
speaking of noteworthy teams, guys, we got some really noteworthy games coming up here in the next week. Except Boise and Washington seems to be the best bowl game on tap. And how did y'all get stuck with the first bowl of the year, Bruce?
Well, when you have an 8-3 record, I mean, it's self-evident.
Yeah, but 8-3. I mean, shit, it's still Washington and
there again. I mean, it's how the media wants to match up teams and stuff like that. I think we should have gone to the Holiday Bowl, but hey, it is what it is. And even then, they Mountain West team. Boise has won three years in a row.
Oh yeah, but Washington's the biggest program that plays a bowl this week, and I'm counting this week all the way to next Thursday. But Boise's clearly the second biggest program here.
Oh yeah,
and they have a good team. It's going to be a tussle. I don't think we're going to walk over them.
I think that's an interesting. That's the only interesting matchup in this whole thing. So why kick it off with the I guess they got the prime spot. They got the Saturday game, but now it's not opposite Army Navy, so it should be good. When is the Heisman ceremony?
Saturday night after the Army Navy game.
Yeah, after.
Okay, so are y'all going head to head with the fucking Heisman?
You show up
That's
in the
that's a
game.
7
No, I
7
think
p.m.
we're War Game is 4:30 Pacific time. I thought, or 5 o'clock.
It's
West Coast
7 p.m.
time.
It's 7 p.m. Central here, so that's 8. When is the Heisman ceremony?
The Heisman
7 to 8.
I thought they presented it during the game at like halftime or something.
So let's see. Heisman will air
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Eastern this Saturday, December 13th. So yeah, same time.
It's going head to head. Gosh,
Yeah.
shit, Bruce. How'd you let this happen, Bruce?
That's life.
Excuse me.
I'm tired of complaining about bullshit. You know, it is what it is.
7 p.m. Eastern for the Heisman. 7.
Oh, okay. So y'all don't go head to head, and there's
a little bit of a window there.
You know, I could have an axe to grind about anything and everything. You know, and I'm just not that kind of guy. There's certain things I'll speak up my mind upon, but you know, minutia is minutia.
Well, guys, we got to get into these games because there's some really important ones here. Actually, we got Army Navy. That's
close to my heart too, and Sean's.
That's a national treasure game right there.
Go Army, fuck Navy, bitches.
Yeah, y'all talk about this while I go see a man about a mule.
Oh well, I think it's obviously a traditional matchup. It used to be its own week of the season, but now they're rematching in a bowl game.
No. This is the last regular season game of the year.
Oh, that's what I thought. So it's got its own time slot. There's a huge amount of fans, and I'd say there's the same kind of momentum for it that there would be if two group of 5 teams played each other in a play-in game. The curiosity of who of the underdogs is going to get in would drive ratings, just like the curiosity of our great tradition of service teams is going to draw viewers. So it's got the same, if you ask me, the same draw that 2 group of 5 teams in a playoff game would have.
Well, for me, to me, it's a win-win situation. I'm proud of either squad. I really enjoy the game. In fact, I like more of the trappings. You know, the guys come in marching in the stadium and the exuberance of the cadets and stuff. And to me, I get jacked on that. I enjoy that. So to me, it's more the trappings, and I really don't care either one who wins. Of course, I lean towards Navy, but you know, that's life.
So if the bowl matchups are set, how can they set the bowl matchups when Army and Navy haven't been played yet? I mean, would the winner or loser of this game, would it determine their position in the world of bowls, or has that already been figured out, and it doesn't matter what happens in the Army Navy game because both of them had a pretty good season?
Yeah, it generally gets this because it's even though it's strange, they're both in the same conference, the American, but the game doesn't count as a conference game, which is quite odd as well. But yeah, I think Navy for sure is bowling. Looking to see if Army made a bowl because Army's sitting at 6-5 currently.
This information's classified.
Let's see if Army's in a bowl here. Look, yeah, Army's also already in a bowl. So Army plays UConn in the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, which the Wasabi Fenway Bowl had to look that one up, that corporation, because it's not what you think it is.
Oh, what is it?
Not the food product that you would normally put on your food. It's actually like an internet security company, strangely enough.
What's that, mate?
And Navy, who does Navy have in their bowl game? Navy plays the Cincinnati Bearcats in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl.
That might be a decent game.
Yeah.
But as far as Army Navy, I completely agree with Bruce. It's the pageantry of this year. The game rotates usually amongst the NFL stadiums on the East Coast because that's where most of the bases and alumni and power brokers live.
Yeah.
So this year it moved up from last year they played it in Landover in Maryland where the Commanders play. This year it's moved up to the Boston area and they're going to play it at Gillette Stadium, the home of the Patriots.
I don't think they've played it there before.
I don't think they have. That's a good
I
point.
think
I
that's a
don't think
good
they have.
place for the game to be played.
It's
The
the
most is
Commander
usually
Stadium is a next level dump.
yeah, but
Yeah.
they're gonna
Usually the president comes. It's a big thing. I
They should
enjoy
play
it
at
really.
Yankee Stadium though. Let's keep it 100.
Didn't he used to be in
well.
Philadelphia at Philadelphia Stadium?
So
They play
Philadelphia,
there
the
sometimes.
city, Philadelphia, the city has hosted the game the most at a
Yeah.
variety of stadiums.
Yeah.
The second most would be the Meadowlands
They
up there.
played it. They used to play it sometimes at the old John F. Kennedy Stadium, which was next to the vet.
The Polo Grounds
Yep,
too.
yep.
Hmm.
Polo Grounds is another one. They've played it in Baltimore at the Raven Stadium, or
I was there.
way long ago, the Memorial Stadium that when the Baltimore Colts were around. Um,
They played
but
it there.
Yeah.
yeah,
The
oh
old
yeah,
memorial.
yeah.
I didn't know they
It's
played it
only
there.
it's
That
only
was
been it's only been not on the East Coast twice. It's been played at Soldier Field once in the 1920s, and then in
Mm.
1983
I
they
was there
played.
too.
And then in 1983 they played it in the Rose Bowl on the West Coast.
yeah.
They should play it in San Diego. That'd be pretty dope too.
It would because you have a huge Navy Marine Corps presence there, so that
Yeah.
would be cool as well.
Oh, yeah.
They could play it really anywhere, and the people that love this game will show up, and
Yeah. He'll be
it'll
on.
do a number on TV. Because to Bruce's point, my favorite thing is when both the brigade of midshipmen march in from one end of the field, and then they about face, and the Corps of Cadets marches in from the other, and they face each other, and they go they shake hands. And then whoever wins, they get their fight song played second,
First.
which is
Yeah.
the losers gets played first, and then the winners gets played second. So it's very very tradition inspired. And the other great thing is both Army and Navy have beaten Air Force this year. So the winner of this game gets the Commander in Chief's trophy, which is the
Nice.
rivalry trophy for this game.
Yeah, what happened to Air
Hey,
Force? They've kind of fallen off.
is Donald Trump gonna be at the game? Is
Oh
all
yeah.
I have not read if the president will be in attendance.
Yeah. I haven't
yet.
heard either, but he normally does show up.
Yeah, that'd
100% guaranteed.
be great. I mean, yeah, and I think the game is sold out again. It usually sells out, and CBS will be on the call like they have been for most of my life. But really, the biggest gripe is the people like both teams usually run veer and triple option, so some people aren't really excited by that kind of football. I love it. It's old school football.
Nice. I love watching the triple option. When it's done right, it's a beautiful machine. And Nebraska proved if you've got enough offensive linemen, you can run it no matter what's going on in today's football. So, but nobody's got an offensive line like it in the group of five, that's for sure. But for Army and Navy, it makes for some real interesting football. And they've dabbled in some more modern offensive stuff over the last few years here and there.
Yeah,
And,
well, the great thing for those that the certain people who like to place wagers on things that some of the prop bets are always funny, like whatever the over under is for total passes thrown in the game, which is like usually like 8, I think, or 7 total passes for both teams. And then, of course, both teams usually wear very cool special uniforms for the game.
Yeah.
And
Bring out the new
these
uni.
uniforms are based on historical significance to each service. The Navies this year really look great. They're top notch. Army's and I'm pro Army. I want Army to win, but I thought the uniforms we've had better, but still cool.
Hell yeah.
I gotta say that Navy generally has nicer looking uniforms than Army.
I think they have a little bit more to
They
work
have
with,
some really
especially when you
nice
have
ones.
fighter jets, and you can throw that
Yeah.
on there. That's pretty cool. So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's why you need to get simple with it. In a technological war, you got to get Stone Age, so they can come out. They should come out looking like infantrymen, the real bad motherfuckers. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I think we just need to keep it simple.
That's right. Keep it simple.
I think one year they should do that. They go back to their traditional what they
Just
normally wear for the
that's
rest of the
what
season.
Army needs to do. We're not gay boys.
Just keep it simple. Golden Knights, gold and
That's
black.
right, baby.
You can get a lot of fucking always got a gold and black.
Blue and gold.
All day.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's only I think since the late '90s that this has been the last game of the season. I remember there were weekends where they would have the Army Navy game, and then there'd be another bunch of games on as well. So it's great that they get their own kind of day to stand out. And other than Bruce's bowl game is on later, but kind of in that window, it's just Army Navy, and if you love football, you're gonna watch it. And,
hell yeah.
and the great
Well,
thing
one
is
thing about
afterwards
the
they
Husky
shake
game
hands.
is that it's going to be played in SoFi. It's not going to be played either in Boise or at the UW, which I like. It's going to be an independent place.
Hey, Sean, the only time I ever said go Navy in my life was when I was instructed to do the bend and reach.
Yeah, okay. You dropped the soap, huh?
Hey, go Navy.
It sounds like Dane needs to go to the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl. He's got jokes.
I nearly joined the Navy myself because they had this thing called NUPOC for nuclear power. They offered it as massive bonus, and
it was $10,000 at the time. That was big money.
It was $50,000 in 1985.
Yeah, it had gone up. When I went in, it was $10,000.
But then somebody broke it down for me that if you was on a submarine, you'd be on that thing for 6 months to a year, and there was no women, right? And the fact of being stuck on a thing with a bunch of guys with no women, I mean, at least if you was watering in the mud somewhere, the possibility of sneaking it off or running into an indigenous human was out there, right?
And that's an 8-year enlistment, I think, also at that time it was. So,
oh, yeah.
And you always got sent to Great Lakes or Idaho Falls. So it wasn't a picnic.
Yeah, that's where my grandfather learned to fly, was at Great Lakes. And did y'all guys know there used to be a wooden runway that was meant to mimic an aircraft carrier right there on the shores of Great Lakes?
Yep.
And at the end of that runway was literally dozens of F-4F Wildcats for guys that screwed up trying to take off there. And they took one of them in the 90s and pulled it out of the water, and because of how cold the lake is, it was relatively well preserved. And then they restored it in the colors of Butch O'Hare, and that's the one hanging in the airport.
That's very cool. That is very cool. And the other thing we failed to mention, but the other great thing is after these guys, play this game, they're gonna be serving our country, and we wish them the best.
Yeah.
And
they're going
stay
to the
safe
fleet. They're going to different places. Some good, some bad.
Yeah, we wish them the best. Thank them for protecting our country and doing that duty.
And we praise the Lord. It's a time of relative peace in terms of boots on the ground being deployed, and things could be a whole lot worse. So we love peace, and it's Christmas time of year, so let's have some peace and love on the earth, and hope them guys are not sent to some kind of insanity tomorrow.
And 100% of these guys are not going professional in football. They are going to serve.
No. They're going to the fleet, or they're going walking, pounding.
Oh yeah, man.
So who was Blunt, and who was the guy that died and had the controversy over his Ranger experience? Was that Malcolm Vick, or was he the last guy that had come from an academy and played football academy that started in the NFL?
Pat
Oh,
Tillman?
the kid
Tillman.
from Arizona
No, Pat
State.
Tillman. Pat Tillman went to Arizona State.
Yeah, Tillman went to Arizona. Yeah.
So
The most recent one that I can think of, I thought the Navy quarterback got at least a tryout with an NFL team from maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Him, and then the big fella that was he was an O lineman for Army and
Yeah.
did his service, served in Afghanistan as I think a Ranger. Once he got out, I think he played with the Pittsburgh Steelers for a few years, if memory serves.
Oh
Other
yeah,
than those two, that's it's been a while.
yes, I remember you talking about. He was an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
And,
his name's
and
escaping me, but he definitely played at least 2 or 3 years with the Steelers.
yes, they
He's a
tried to.
big dude.
Yeah, he's a big guy. They tried to excoriate him because he was a Trump supporter. I remember that. No, he didn't want to kneel. That's what it was.
Oh no, not a Trump supporter.
But he's the guy that didn't kneel on the Pittsburgh Steelers when they had their little protest.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. But other than those two, yeah, I mean, and even you go way back. Really, only like Roger Staubach of the great players from the academies had a long pro career. Because Pete Dawkins and Doc Blanchard and Glenn
Bellino, the running
Glenn
back.
Davis, and Joe Bellino, they decided to just continue their actual, service careers. Instead of, doing their 5 years and then they're out and then try to go back and go to the pros. Like Pete Dawkins, Army's last Heisman winner. I think he retired as a general. He just stayed in the Army. He never. But he's Army's last Heisman winner in the late 50s. I think he's right now. I think he is.
College football was bigger than pro football then.
Yeah. I think he is currently Pete Dawkins of Army. He is the oldest current living Heisman winner, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, neat.
So, Bruce, is Joe Bellino still with us? He's Navy's oldest Heisman. Is he still alive?
I think he's gone. I really do.
Yeah. So
I'll check it out.
It'd either be Dawkins or Bellino because and then the next one would be probably Roger Staubach.
Staubach was a great player, man. I was lucky enough to see a large chunk of his career with the Cowboys, and he was involved in.
Yeah, he died in March 27th of 2019.
Who?
That's So
who?
Joe Bellino.
Oh, okay, not Staubach. He's still kicking.
No, he's still alive.
But Joe Bellino won he was, I think, a fullback for the Naval Academy.
Right.
And he won the Heisman in, I think, 1960. I think. You can fact check me out. It was either 60 or 61.
So, guys, let me kick this off.
1960.
You know who coached Joe Bellino at the Academy?
Who's that?
Bill Belichick's dad, and little Bill was running around while at the different practices watching them. So, yeah.
Wow.
You could probably put what's his name from well, there was no, I'm wrong on that. My thinking. I'm not even going to spit it out.
There you go. It happens. We will never know. But that's all right.
Well, I was thinking of the basketball coach, but there was also one of the pro coaches that was at Army, and I'm trying to think of his name.
Oh, you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Who was a coach at Army? Bobby Knight was a coach.
Yeah, Bobby Knight.
And then his protege and player, and then soon to become coach, was Coach K. Yeah, Coach K is a West
He was
Point
another
alum.
one that was at Army.
And then David Robinson played at the Naval Academy.
Correct.
Yeah, he was a great player. He had to get let out of his contract or get a special concession to play in the NBA. But I think that was a good move on their part because it just gave lots of positive, vibes for the Naval Academy that they would let David Robinson play in the NBA, and he was one of the 50 greatest players of all time, in my opinion.
And from what I heard, he wanted to be a jet pilot.
I would say it's hard to fit a 7'1" individual into some of those vehicles.
Yeah, it'd be kind of tight quarters.
Yeah, fit in the cockpit of
I
an
don't know if you've ever seen the cockpit of an A4. They're not very big.
Nah.
But it should be great. I hope everyone
David
enjoys
Robinson and Tim Duncan playing together was fucking unreal to watch.
Yeah, they were great. Yeah,
they were good without
a great game, and I hope everyone watches it. And then I hope Navy and Army win their respective bowl games. It's always, they love it. Those two in Air Force, to Dane's point, they truly play the game for the love of the game.
Yes, that's why we enjoy watching it. The Poinsettia Bowl.
I'm just here so I don't get fined, and to say that's why college sports.
And you know what the last great bowl game I really saw was, and y'all can scoff at this if you want to, but it was the Poinsettia Bowl with Marshall, where Byron Leftwich had a broken leg, and they carried him up and down the field.
I remember,
against Ohio.
Yes, those teams played. They laid it all on the line, and it didn't mean a damn thing to anybody outside of the Central Appalachian region. And yet they put on one of the greatest shows I ever seen. Fantastic game. He gave his all, and that sealed his place in the NFL. If you're an NFL team, you're saying, "What do you think about this Leftwich guy?" I said, "Well, I don't know nothing else about him, but goddamn, he's a leader. They had to pack the motherfucker up and down the field. I think I will draft him." So that's how that's where these games can be compelling, right? But the fact that it's all turned into money. And that's the only consideration, guys. The football is not a consideration. The tradition's not a consideration. How you and I feel is not a consideration. It's only about money for conferences and television markets, right? The television networks. So in that case, it's leaving some things to be left desired. And in the short term, the only thing that they can do to improve it is to move the schedule of the signing day, the transfer portal, and the coaches can't leave until after the playoffs. So, and for some way that players can be penalized, for example, say you're Georgia and your team, your player opts out of the CFP or the bowl game you're in, well, whatever percentage of that revenue would have paid his NIL is the amount of NIL less that they should get. Any money due them, right? Due to NIL or whatever contract they signed would be null and void, and they wouldn't get a nickel of it.
I agree on the playoffs, but I don't agree on the bowl games.
So that's the way I would do it.
We've already kind of seen this lesson learned. I know college basketball is not as big as college football. This has been happening for the last few years in basketball with teams not playing in the NIT or that other non-NCAA tournament. And now it's kind of matriculating its way into the football realm with some of these lesser than bowls. Particularly bowls that are in locations where you go, well, why would I want to go there? Versus the team should be fighting over the Hawaii Bowl.
Yeah,
you would think
5,000%.
At least one game should be there. Yeah.
That was the whole concept of bowl games, was that you went to a nice location like Southern California or Hawaii or Florida or Texas.
Yeah. I can't believe that the one that failed, they just shut it down. That didn't get any track, probably because they're putting really crummy 6-6, 5-7 teams in it. But if you didn't get in the playoff, man, going to the Bahamas this time of year, that sounds pretty nice to me.
Oh yeah.
Well, guys, let me be the first to say that Army is going to upset Navy. I'm looking at their schedule. They've been bad. They've been bad a couple times this year, but for the most part, this team is very competitive. They actually beat Kansas State. They
on the road.
They played Tulane. They gave Tulane all they wanted. They gave North Texas all they wanted. Yeah, give me Army in the upset.
Hell yeah. All right. I'll pick
How
that
much
too,
is
Dave.
Navy favored by again?
50.
6.5. I last saw. Maybe 6.
Oh yeah, Army by 50. Let's go.
I
Hey,
like
why
it.
is it always by 50? Why not 60 or 40? It's always 50.
I think I did one in the thousands last time I made a
Fitty rolls off the tongue better, doesn't it? Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take
For
Army
sure.
on brave old Army team, Black Knights of the Hudson. Field goal wins it 27-24.
Oh, what do you got on it there, Bruce?
I got to go with the men in blue. It's hard for me not to. I don't know their record, although I know they've played throughout the year fairly well. And but but like I said, I don't feel like a winner or a loser in this game. I'm proud of both, and I get such enjoyment out of it.
What about Nikki? Is she still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
So who you picking on this Titanic struggle, Nikki?
I'm going with Navy 21-17.
All right.
Hey,
Well,
hey, who did Army lose to this year?
The Navy is 9-2.
Tarleton State.
Yep, that's the one I was fishing for.
Yep. We
Because
played
they missed a field goal.
playoffs.
Navy's only 2 losses are to Notre Dame and North Texas. Navy's had a very good year.
Yep.
Yes, outstanding. That's exciting and new, like the Love Boat. And had they won the field goal game, they would have. Would they have had a CFP argument?
I mean, what if they had beaten North Texas? Their only loss is to Notre Dame. I mean, and they're the AAC conference champion. I mean, that would be. One of these. The biggest story I think this year, other than Indiana, is Vanderbilt. So, if you take that as kind of a benchmark, man, how crazy would it be one year if we get Army, Navy, or Air Force into the playoff? I think that'd be gangbusters.
We kind of thought there was a chance, but they ended up towards the season.
I mean, you want to talk about rooting for? Because the other thing is the kids that go to the service academies. I think the service academies have in their athletic department, a standard that they're not allowed to take NIL.
No, because of their government funding.
Right, because I think they're technically government employee, federal government employees.
They pay everything.
So they're
medical, everything.
They're doing it for the love of the game, and some of them had options to go to, group of 5 schools or FCS schools. But kudos to all the service academy players.
Ed, did you
young leaders?
I didn't. I got Navy 20-14, and I'm fading. I've been taking muscle relaxers all day because my neck is jacked up.
All right, well, let's get this Boise Washington pick in then before you go.
I think it's going to be a close game. I got Boise 27-26.
Oh shit, Bruce.
Well, let me give you my thing on it. Okay, Washington will rust their running back to Muhammad to a tune of, I think it was 125 against Oregon, and held Oregon to 2.5 yards per rush. So what did I tell you? Okay, I think and I'm going to go with, like Dane says, by 50.
All right.
I like it. By 50. Should always be by 50 if it's that Titanic struggle.
Let's go.
And Boise's not Oregon.
That's right. So I'm gonna call it the same way as you, Washington, for Washington, Bruce. So I got Washington 24-10.
Let me get Boise State by 1 fucking point.
God damn it.
That's good.
I'm gonna take Washington 33-19.
Close to mine.
What are you thinking, Nikki?
I've got Washington 34, Boise 17.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Who as you picked on this one, Doug?
Give me Washington 28-9.
Nice. Hell yeah. Is anybody that hasn't picked on this monumental game?
I think that's it.
All right,
Boise by 1. Let's go.
So let's move on to Troy at Jacksonville State, the Jacksonville State that's in Alabama.
In Detroit, it's in Alabama.
Yeah, so it's the Alabama Bowl. You know,
this is the Iron Bowl Junior, right?
Oh yeah.
The aluminum bowl.
Yes.
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go.
It's a lighter metal and it's a little more resilient.
It's the men of Troy versus the Cox, you know.
Yeah, give me the Cox.
The real
Give me the
Cox,
Cox by
y'all.
10.
Well, if it was the real men of Troy, it would be the Trojans versus the Cox.
Yes.
No.
Right.
Yeah. Troy is.
And I love muscle relaxers.
USC is the real USC.
There you go. This special beyond belief. All righty, so let's do the picking here. Nikki, who do you got?
Is amazing.
Who do you got in this fucking massive game, man? Oh, she must not be with us. Are you with us, Nikki?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
That's
I'm gonna go at Jacksonville State, and I'm gonna say 28-10.
Hell yeah. What about you, Bruce? What do you think about this one?
You know, I like how Troy played last weekend. I think they look good. And I'm going to go for an upset on this one, on Troy, on Jacksonville State. And I'm going to go with 27-16.
Nice. And let's see. What's he done? What do you think? Who's going to win the game of Trojans versus Cox?
Yeah, the Cox by 10. I still believe by 10.
Cox by 10, he says. Hell yeah. That's right. That's what I got. So I want to pick them too, Doug. Since you got them, I'm going to go with it. It's the all Alabama soiree. So I'm going to say Cox 31-30. You going to pick on this, Sean? Is anybody else that hasn't picked?
I haven't. So the Trojans will send a reminder to humanity that Sherrone Moore should have used one 30-7.
I don't know how I can top that, but I'm gonna agree with Ed as far as the pick. I'm gonna go with Troy in a close one, 34-31. Troy.
Nice.
Go Cox, y'all. Go Gamecocks.
That's right. Go Gamecocks. And Bruce, you got to pick. I mean, not Bruce, but Doug. If you, this is close. I know this is close to your heart. What's your feelings on it?
Hold on, this will be the third time I picked on it. Can I change my pick?
Okay. I just want to
sorry, the Cox by 10.
Dr.
Cox by 10.
That's
That's why we need to move on to Old Dominion at Florida. ODU at Florida, South Florida, man. Now, South Florida looked pretty good this year. They had a chance for a while. This game has a little spark to it. At least it seems like it does. Does Old Dominion have a chance against the Bulls?
No.
No, give me Florida Southern by 2 touchdowns.
My pity. What are you thinking, Sean?
It's crazy that right now South Florida is only a 3.5 point favorite in this game. should be high scoring. So give me South Florida 42 and let's say 42-30. South
All
Florida.
right. What about you thinking, Bruce?
South Florida, and I don't think it's even going to be close. About 50.
About 50 says, Nikki, who you got?
I have South Florida, 38 and Washington.
And did you pick up this one, Ed?
No, South Florida 48-20.
48-20.
They
I
can
think I'm
score
gonna
some points. They put up 63 on North Texas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's special. What about you, Dave?
I want to say South Florida by 50, but something is just irking me about ODU here. I think I'm going to go with the Old Dominion and an upset. It might go into like quadruple overtime.
Quadruple, he says. We like that. That's special. Well, I think it's going to be South Florida by 50. I think they're going to try to make a statement that they're a better team and their conference is bigger. Because if they don't, they'll look real bad. So South
Our
Florida by
conference is
50.
bigger than your conference.
Yes. And what are you thinking, Dave?
Let's see. Can I change my pick from the first one?
Yes. See, I must be
By 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
You know what's happening? That those muscle relaxers are easing into they're oozing into your headset there, Bob.
Yeah, I guess they are because I guess they are. I've lost my ever loving mind. I'm probably a little bit crispy from years of having smoked marijuana, you know.
And I'm sure you didn't today at all.
Have you been scromiting, Dr. Balls?
Have I been doing what?
Scromiting.
You'll have to define that for me because I don't want to answer anything that I don't really know what it is.
I
But I will
don't know
say,
how to define it. Something about your organs fail from smoking too much weed or something.
damn, that's something I've never heard of, but I'm glad it hasn't occurred. But so I got hit in the head by something flying through the air in one of our great conflicts, and then I had a car wreck where I broke the steering wheel with my head in exactly the same spot. And then I
No
had
way, dude.
yeah. And then I hit myself in the head with a 2-pound sledge at work, which took me to my knees in exactly the same spot. And I was in a study with the VA where they gave me mushrooms, even though they were processed into a little pill in small doses to see, because they had a theory that it caused you to regrow nerve endings and ganglions and stuff in your brain to help. It would restore neural pathways. And I got to say,
Do you think it worked?
well, it did for me. I was certainly sharper. And anyway, and I don't know what the results of it because they never told me what the results of it. But I think there was like people that there's lots of people who's been in concussion, especially in the war on terror. You be in a vehicle, you get hit, and then you be inside of it, and the concussion of it will rattle your brains a little bit. And so CTE is a big problem among our guys.
Oh, yes,
and,
it is, dude. Oh, my God. I've seen it.
Yes. So they, so I'm glad they had a study and they tried to do something. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, brother.
So
I've
is that
heard
everybody on that one?
Ibogaine's really good for it, too.
Bouncer
What is?
broke my jaw.
Ibogaine.
Yeah. Oh.
You should look that up, dude. It's crazy. A lot of our guys are going and getting it in foreign countries because it's illegal here, but I think that they made it legal in Texas. Former Governor Perry did some work in that area. Good for him.
Well, hell yeah. People don't realize what a problem that guys like that have. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many of them that went home. There's a whole generation of guys that were in the world war on terror, and they're just running. They're running around here. Some of them are missing limbs. Some of them's brains are addled, and there's just a lot of problems. And We need to support them any way we can. We need to help them. If you see a brother on the street, also, you could be ruined emotionally and mentally. If you see a brother on the street and you know what the 1,000-mile stare is, and you encounter that, then you need to chat them up and tell them it's going to be all right. And it might help you believe, if you're in a similar shape to them, it might help you believe that it's going to be all right. Right? So that's my little bit of preaching for the show right now. If you see your brother on the street, your fellow veteran, he's having a hard time, and you know it, be there for him any way you can. That's what you need to do. So,
5,000%.
yeah, that's what individuals can do. The power of the individual to help society is unbelievable, guys. If you wait on the government to do something, it's either not going to happen or it's going to be administered so badly it'll be a waste of fucking money, right? The one thing you can do is you can feed people and you can love people and you can be there for people. That's what I got to say. All right, let's talk about
I'm Dane
Louisiana.
Kelly, and I support this message.
He's Dr. Balls. He's the man of the people. That's why we love him.
All right. So let's talk about Louisiana at Delaware. Is that the Mud Hens, the Delaware? Is that their name?
The Blue Hens.
Blue Hens. Oh, yeah. It was the Mud Hens when Casey come to bat, wasn't it?
Proud University of current, still on an NFL roster, Mr. Joe Flacco. He's on the Bengals. He's over 40. He's hanging around. He's a Delaware Blue Hen.
So, I meant to ask this. So what are they referring to by blue hen? Is that the female chicken type?
Ed lives out there. He should know. I don't know.
Ed, what the fuck's going on up there, Ed?
They got some really nice unis.
I mean, what's a blue hen? I don't want to be silly and just assume that we're talking about a female chicken here.
I don't know.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Let me get this straight. The rooster goes with the hen, and then who's going with the chicken? The rooster goes with all of them. Something's missing. Something's missing, all right.
I got to ask this, guys. If you're Delaware, where the hell are you recruiting from?
What's next? What's next door?
Maryland's right by there. I get Virginia, Maryland.
I guess so. Your own, your own home state is exactly a gold mine for football.
No, it's not.
So very interesting. There's counties in Florida bigger than Delaware. Okeechobee County is bigger than Delaware. Palm Beach County is bigger than Delaware.
And Delaware is bigger than Rhode Island. So
there you go.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's tough to recruit there for Delaware for sure. There's even a Delaware State. It's crazy enough. I like the Raging Cajuns. The Fighting James Carville's in this one by 17, 37-20.
All right, Nikki, what you got in this one?
Well, a blue hen is the official state bird of Delaware, and it's because it has steel blue feathers.
Oh, nice.
It is a beautiful hen.
So is it referring to? Is it a female?
Yes.
Okay. I would assume that if you're going to call it a hen, that's
it's
what it'd have to be.
No, and I guess they do have. No.
It's just such a tradition. This name that they just can't bring
they have
themselves to change it.
They're blue roosters, which is the same breed, but they're not the same color. They're actually for once compared to the.
I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna have a football, I don't know. I think they should have went with blue roosters.
I
would have.
There's so many roosters though. Having a hen, it might be the whole goal of their life to get with the blue-haired hen. You know what I'm saying?
I would just hope that the nickname for their football stadium is the Hen
Back
House.
to the revolution. It's a special bird, y'all.
I mean, they're right across from the bay here from New Jersey.
It's a very special bird.
They love their beautiful blue hen.
Yes.
Hell yeah. It's exciting and new.
But I think the blue hen gets.
The Raging Cajuns are going to turn it into a fried chicken.
And the Raging Cajuns will be taking it out to the shed, and I think they win 32-10.
Nice. Bruce, what you got on
Somebody.
this one? Oh, I'm sorry, Doug. What's that?
Since
No, no, y'all go. You go ahead.
you want me to go ahead?
Yes.
Since the illustrious, or I can't call it illustrious, it's a shithole, Delaware. And it's associated with Joe Biden. I should bring politics into this. It's the home of Joe Biden. They suck.
They just suck.
And it's Louisiana by 1,000. Please.
Louisiana about 1,000, he says. All right. Did you pick on this one, Doug?
Anything is associated with Joe Biden.
I'm also going with Louisiana by 1,000 because I mean Delaware is not even a real place. So
somebody went to the trouble of like matching these teams up in a bowl game. So give me Delaware in the upset.
Doug, we need more bowls.
It's the state that has more credit card companies and other financial things that just suck the lifeblood out of this country.
They got Dover, which is cool.
Yeah. I flew into there when I come home from the Gulf War. That's where I flew in. That was Dover, Delaware. It's still got my rucksack that's got the tag from the airport on it, or my duffel bag, the big long cylindrical duffel bag. So I'll never forget. I have been to Delaware one time. It was a special time because I made it home.
Heck
yeah. Okay, so give me
Well,
Delaware.
That's true that there's a NASCAR race there every year in Dover.
Yeah.
We have good breaking news on the NASCAR front. Michael Jordan and NASCAR have come to an agreement, so the litigation is off.
Oh, that's the Dover's Speedway's mascot is also the blue hen because of the steel color and the steel cars. They said
we can't escape the blue hen.
You can't.
and neither can Louisiana. Delaware wins the most entertaining game of the bowl season, 41-40.
Doug, are you gonna make a personal appearance to this one? This one's being played at the beautiful Hancock Whitney Stadium in Mobile, Alabama.
Damn it!
Damn it, man! That's a long way to travel on a fucking Wednesday in the middle of December.
And to see the blue hen. Come on!
I think I'm just. I think I'm just gonna have to watch it on the tube there, Sean.
All right.
What if they had free beer and hot dogs?
Doug, this might be the last time the blue hen visits Mobile. I don't think
or anywhere close to probably Alabama.
I think one of the great parts of this game is going to be when the camera guy gets a little tired, his arms are getting a little heavy, and that camera swings around, and we get an actual shot of the crowd and how many empty seats there are.
All 20 of them.
That only happens on accident, but it does happen a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than they wanted to.
You know that's true.
I mean, those other ones, at least that we've covered prior, real quick. Old Dominion, South Florida. South Florida didn't have a long way to go. They're going up the road to Orlando for that game. Troy and Jacksonville State, they don't have very far to go at all. They're going to be in Montgomery at the Crampton Bowl there in Alabama. Boise and Washington State are the only ones taking a decent little trip. They're going down to L.A. for that game.
Nice.
It'd be nice in L.A.
All right, no,
it'll be warmer for both of them. I don't know what the weather's like up in Seattle right now, but
cold and rainy. We've had 4 straight days of rain. All the rivers are flooded. It is a shithole right now.
And Boise might even have snow at this point.
Yeah, well, they're getting ready. My daughter called me last night and said they're batting down for the snow.
So it sounds like a great time to get to 75 and warmer, sunny South Florida or Southern California. Excuse me.
Tell me, where's this Missouri State, Arkansas State border war? Where's it taking place?
Nikki can go to this one.
I did not put the bowl names on here. I didn't feel the need in it, really.
the Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas.
I should. I could go see Butch Jones and him know
Is this
that
the one? This is the Frisco Bowl.
This is the 68 Ventures Bowl.
Okay, did it used to be called the Frisco Bowl?
I think it used to be
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what 68 Ventures is, but good luck to them.
Think about this. So if you're in the Midwest or the Ohio Valley this weekend, starting tonight, right, you're going to be in an ice bowl involving a whole lot of snow. And there's been some predictions here in the parts of the mountains that it hits that it could be biblical on the level of the winter of 1977. So if you're a fan of Missouri State and Arkansas State, how much traveling are you wanting to do? That may make these games bigger because some people be trapped in their houses that have to watch these bad bowl games.
Or you go down to Frisco, Texas, and you just stay there for a little while longer.
That's what I do. I'd have a cold beer, a Rolling Rock, if I could get one in Texas. Can I get a Rolling Rock in Texas, Miss Nikki?
you can.
That's special.
And
I was thinking about you there, Bob. You better get your lumber, all your firewood ready to go, man. You got some weather coming your way.
But if you're coming here, you have to have a Ziegenbach. You just have to have the best. You have to have a Ziegenbach. But the weather's beautiful right in Texas. I think we're not supposed to get or in Central Texas. We're not supposed to get some nasty weather until Sunday, James?
Oh. Well, it's going to start tonight here, but it ain't going to get serious till Saturday. So we've had a little bit of snow this morning and a little bit of snow the other day. They missed a couple days of school, which is early in the year for us in general. But the last time that we had this pattern was in 1977, and it was the biggest snow and cold event of my life. And then I told my wife that today, and she said, "Oh, you're nutty. It's not going to go like that." Then she pulled up the new revised forecast. She's like, "Wow, it could go like that." And for to give people some context of what happened in 1977, the Ohio River is one of the 10 largest rivers in the world. In my hometown, there's one narrow spot where it's only a half a mile wide, right? And the Ohio River froze completely solid from Christmas of 1977 into March. Right, there was 3 individual snows of 3 feet. The bridges were unsafe because there was icicles that measured in the tons hanging off from it, and they had to drive tractor trailers across the Ohio River to deliver food to the grocery stores, and which I have pictures of. And it was literally the most biblical event that I've ever seen in terms of nature in my life. It was more, and I mean, there was people in Buffalo died in their cars on the freeway. People that got stuck in traffic. And school was out here from Christmas break until the 1st of March.
Wow, that's incredible. That's
crazy. So that's one of the predictions that came out of the local forecasters, which I don't believe it's going to go like that. But if it does, we're going to have a great discussion about global warming, and I'm going to take everybody back to the show In Search Of. Has anybody ever seen the show In Search Of?
I have.
With Spock, right? Leonard Nimoy.
Absolutely, that was a great show.
So in 1978, Spock had a In Search Of episode in which he posited, along with all the major scientists, that we were going into a new ice age.
Mm-hmm.
To show you the difference.
It's not to be confused with The Search for Spock, of course.
Oh no!
Right? No, yeah, no. That's the third. That is the third Star Trek installment.
Hey, guys, I got to go to bed. I'm fading with these muscle. I'm fading.
He's fading, baby.
Take care, Ed.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Talk to you later, Ed.
Bye.
Have a good brother.
All right.
So, guys, that's our early bowl games. Is there one I'm missing? I can't see the bottom of the graphic because I've got like a thing.
I think isn't there one more?
Yeah, Missouri State and Arkansas State. I thought we were discussing.
Oh yeah, so
we haven't given out scores.
Picks. We got to give our picks.
Yeah,
I should add the line on this one is razor thin. It's Arkansas State by 1.5 points.
I mean, this is a border war. I didn't even realize Missouri State was an FBS school at this point.
I think they just
So
came up
I
pretty
just went,
recently.
yeah, they just popped in when we had the big conference realignment, and then Conference USA needed some teams, and I guess they coaxed some of these FCS schools up to the next division, right?
Yeah.
Good time play baseball for him.
Oh yeah.
Is Butch Jones still coach of? Is he still the coach of Arkansas State?
He is.
All right, give me Missouri State by 10.
But
So
say
what's
that
that?
like actually living by brick. Like, look, he's putting those bricks together, making it to the Frisco Bowl. I mean, that's pretty exciting.
I mean, yeah, but there, like Sean said, there is so many bowls that it's really hard to miss a bowl.
I got to do my due diligence here and actually look up where these universities are located in their respective states. So Jonesboro, Arkansas is where Arkansas State is located. Beautiful Jonesboro. And Missouri State is located in Springfield, Missouri. Okay. Right.
The home of Harry S. Truman.
Yeah, I'll take and the over under 56. Let's have a wacky zany over on this one. So I'm going to say Missouri State, the Bears get it done 45-44 over the Red Wolves of Arkansas State.
There's at least 100. There's at least 100 people who believe that the Simpsons live in this city here. But I happen to know that it's Oregon.
Did they ever? They never said which Springfield they're.
One of the writers leaked it out that it was Oregon. Springfield.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I always thought Springfield, Illinois, is because there's a nuclear plant nearby.
Yeah. No, it's supposed to be Oregon. Is what was leaked out. No, he didn't leak it out. He actually said it.
Oh damn it, Jim! Hell yeah! So that's so I'm gonna go ahead and pick on this. Bruce Pearl, not Bruce Pearl. Oh my God!
Nick Petrino is the offensive coordinator of Missouri State, by the way.
So between him and Butch Jones, it's all the fun and excitement you ever wanted in your life. So give me Missouri State by 50. What do you got on it, Dane? Dane, you still with us? How about you, Bruce?
Dane don't say bye. He just leaves.
He just bails.
He gone.
He just bails.
He said like 10 minutes ago, he said, "Oh fuck, man, they gonna make it through this episode. I need to get the fuck on out of here."
Since Sean said the spread was 3 points, right?
No, 1.5.
1.5. Okay. 6-3 Arkansas.
All right.
And evidently, so did he leave his pick? Did Ed leave his pick?
He did.
No.
Yeah. On behalf of Ed, I'm going with Arkansas State on this one.
That sounds about right. I'm going Missouri State just because of my friend that played baseball for him, and I don't know if they've ever been to a bowl before, so that's pretty special. I'm gonna go Missouri State 14 and Butch Jones 10.
So I have a question, real quick.
What's that?
If Notre Dame accepts, and did you say it was the Pop-Tart Bowl that they were invited to?
Yeah, that was the bowl they'd be playing BYU.
You weren't making a joke. That was really the one.
No, that really was the one.
Yeah.
That would have
BYU
been
and
a
Notre
great
Dame.
game, Sean.
So, which team misses a bowl if Because if Notre Dame accepts that bowl invitation, doesn't it have a domino effect?
Yeah, there is a domino, but they needed to dip into the because Kansas State and Iowa State had already declined, and they were both bowl eligible before
How
Notre
many
Dame.
teams opted out of bowls?
The four that I know of, and I know there's probably more, but Notre Dame, Kansas State, Iowa State, and Auburn are the ones.
FSU. I had the list earlier, but yeah, it's close to 15 now.
Jesus.
Then both like ones that declined once they were offered one, the 5 and 7 group. They
I think
are
we have a real problem at this point. I think a lot of these schools are breaking even at best on these bowl.
Well, that, and I think coaches look at these games as extra practice for the teams going into next year.
No, they do.
So,
But
you
just
know,
I mean,
so
look at the amount of teams you see opting out. I mean, it can't make financial sense. Or I
And
think
that's been mitigated a little bit, Bruce, by the fact with the change to the red shirt rule, which is
yeah,
you can
that's
play
true.
a kid in 4 games in a
4
season,
games only.
4 games only. But if you give them significant time in those 4 games, that lessens because in the past, they couldn't play even 1 game or a single second. You burn that red shirt. So that mitigates the need but it does help for programs that are trying to work their way back up.
Well, it's usually those teams that fall the New Year Day teams get to practice a whole month going into that game. So that really helps your kids out getting in for this, because a lot of kids like UW's on the quarter system. So we have 20 of the 24, 25 kids we signed, they're coming in early. So that really helps us. Those practices going into having the kids come in January and then having the spring game, that really helps us.
Absolutely.
And there's some talk of Coach Fish getting presented with one of these coaching jobs now that the coaching carousel has added Michigan. Any thoughts on that, Bruce?
Well, he just came out and he just alluded to, and along with the defensive coordinator from Illinois, Ryan, I can't remember his last name, but anyhow, they both said no, we're not going anywhere. We're staying here. We want to build the program here. So, am I 100%? Oh, hell no. Tomorrow, after the DeBoer debacle, I think anytime any of us think that our coaches aren't immune to moving on, think again.
Well, already took
This is a whole new era of college football.
Absolutely.
So there was the slight domino effect was to put a bow on Doug's question was, so it just slid to the next ACC school because that's an ACC tie-in that Notre Dame would have taken. So it's still going to be, I think, a good game, which is Georgia Tech against BYU.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Georgia Tech played really well this year, and they had some heartbreaking losses. Had they won one close game, they would probably be in the CFP.
They just needed to beat Pitt. If you beat Pitt at home, you're in the ACC championship game, and if they win or if Virginia had beat them, because I don't think they played this year. I'd have to go back and look at that, but. Whichever one wins, they would be the ACC champion and would have got into the playoff.
Yeah, so this whole thing would have been mute.
Yeah.
Oh, they're a good team, and some of these games might be jams. If you watch them for the sake of loving football, it can be really enjoyable. So I urge people to do that. Keep college football alive. The CFP is important, but it doesn't eradicate the rest of the world of college football. But yes, it's true that 100 other teams in Division One didn't make the CFP, but of those teams, some of those games can be really interesting. And it's sad that Notre Dame and Kansas State and who was the other one that opted out? Iowa State. It's sad that they can't participate that and be part of the Great American Tapestry, and that their guys didn't have the experience of being at the bowl game. I think it was kind of selfish on the leader's part to do that. They should have did it, held their head high, won their game big, and made the case as to why they should have been in the CFP.
Who you talking about? Notre Dame?
Yes, and in terms of the bowl experience for Kansas State,
Notre Dame didn't need to prove why they needed to be in the CFP, in my opinion.
Well, but it's still,
I don't think
you got two teams like Tulane and you've got Tulane and James Madison in there. I mean, we know Notre Dame should have been in there. Vanderbilt should have been in there too.
They shouldn't have put both of those teams in. That's for sure.
The one point that Bob makes that I agree with is that, not so much about proving it, but that I do agree with is, the Pop Tarts Bowl is in Orlando, so you have Disney World, you have uh, Universal Studios. The weather's nice and warm there, and
And
um,
players get to enjoy all that.
and then you get the swag. Yeah, the players get all sorts of
Yeah,
goodies.
the reward at the end of the season.
And if you win that, I will say this about the Pop Tarts Bowl: the trophy is really cool. It's a football. It's a silver football, like kind of like the ball on that is on top of the Lombardi Trophy, uh, for the NFL, but it's a little bit. It's shaped a little different, so that it not only does it look like a football, but it also looks like a toaster oven.
Oh, neat.
It's like a dual, like a side by side. So
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool, because then you could put like fake looking Pop Tarts in there, and when if you win the game, you put that in your trophy case. So adding a trophy is always cool. But uh, if the team captains took a poll, and they said no, I'm gonna have to respect them at that. Is there some intrigue that it might be something else? Maybe. I don't think we'll ever know. But me personally, I just think there's just too many bowls. I mean, I think Bruce, myself, Doug, and Bob go back to where there were only, like, other than the big ones, there were only maybe nine
just
to
a handful,
nine to
maybe.
10, maybe something like
Yeah,
that.
12 at the most, I think there was at any one time.
And then it was in the '90s when it started this glutton of extra. The one that I always
The
think about is
Meineke Bowl, the
the Meineke
out,
Cartier
back out.
Bowl, and the Poland Weed Eater Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the Weed Eater Bowl champion. Like, okay.
Enough's enough.
Yeah, it's a gluttony. I mean, the one that's just cool that I love, that's kind of a lower tiered bowl, is the Duke's Mayo Bowl, simply because they douse the head coach that wins the game in all that mayonnaise. And usually they have just the most unagreeable looking face on them when it happens. Like, oh my goodness, all this mayonnaise.
Oh, goodness.
But I think it's going to be like it normally is. There'll be some clunkers, and there'll be some awesome, incredible games. That's what bowl season usually is.
Oh yeah, and shout out to my wife who kept me from falling. Well, I did fall asleep on the couch, but woke me up in time to join the show, guys, because I had. I said, right, I think around 6 o'clock. I said, well, I'll lay on the couch a minute, and if I close my eyes for a second, it'll just be all right. So shout out to Christian Show for knowing it would just be all right.
Real quick, before we go, it looks like award season is underway. We had an appetizer today, so the Walter Camp Player of the Year trophy went to Fernando Mendoza, the quarterback for Indiana, and the Walter Camp Coach of the Year trophy went to his coach, Kurt Signetti of Indiana. So congratulations to both of them.
Our new offensive coordinator won offensive coordinator of the year.
Very nice. And tomorrow night is the big award show where there's like 50 different awards. So stay tuned for that.
Hell yeah! They my favorite one of them are the Lombardi Award and the Big Neric Award. Those are my favorite ones.
I love the Lombardi Award because it's that big piece of granite, because Vince Lombardi was part of the 7 blocks of granite when he played at Fordham. So that's really cool. Yeah. And it's really heavy too.
That class was the last one that I think they won a national title.
Yeah, I think one of the, not the AP or the coaches, but whatever, in the early 30s, they had like 20 different entities that awarded it. But yeah, I think one of those Fordham teams was named from one of the, could have been also, we had those mathematical systems back then as well, so it could have been that. But yeah, that was back in the heyday of the Fordham Rams when they were playing on the big time. And Lombardi was a player. He played on the offensive line, which he said was perfect for him because he was nearsighted, so he couldn't see very far. But luckily, as an O lineman, you don't really have to see that far away. The guy's right across from you.
He had a
I
face
told
like the
you he had
offensive line.
in college too many winning teams. He actually didn't have winning teams until, from what I'm understanding, and when he started getting into when he was with the Giants, I think was when his wheel of fortune turned around.
He had a couple good years as the offensive coordinator with Army under the legend Earl Red Blake, the Army head coach. He was his, I think, coordinator for. But yeah, he really made his bones with the Giants when he was the
Yeah,
offensive
him
coordinator. With
and
Landry was the defensive coordinator. You
well,
imagine
yeah,
that?
Landry, Tom Landry. Yeah, you think they'd be pissing on each other's shoes every day, you know?
Man, I got to go against Landry's defense, and Landry would go. I got to go against Lombardi's off. Luckily,
I bet you they had some knockout dragouts. I bet they did.
that's probably what made him so good on Sunday. When we can stop beating each other up and go take it out on a different team.
Yeah.
That had to have been some interesting meetings with the players. I think Frank Gifford was the tailback for the Giants under Lombardi, and then you had that great linebacker for I think his name was Charlie. Charlie. Oh my God! I should know it.
He was really good too.
Yeah,
I can see. I can see it.
His name is
I'm having one of my senior moments.
But they talk about how how precise both of them were, because back then, you're diagramming plays on the chalkboard, not the iPads and computer stuff that we have now. And they said that Lombardi and Landry would,
and that's when they had Y.A. Tittle, at quarterback.
I believe I think you're right. Y.A. Tittle.
He was a hell of a quarterback too.
Frank Gifford.
Frank Gifford was the tailback. The kicker on those Giants teams, I believe, he was not well known for being the kicker, but he became very well known in his broadcasting years later on. Was Pat Summerall was the place kicker on those New York Giant teams.
Oh yeah.
I really want to know who that linebacker was. That's driving me.
Really?
There it is. I got it. Sam Huff. Sam Huff.
Yes. And he was a monster too, man. Dude was good.
And he'd say, "Yeah, the offense and the defense would have it out because of the egos of Landry and Lombardi. They never wanted to lose a practice against the other, the other side." So,
yeah.
All right, guys. So Bob, send us off, Bob.
All righty. So we want everybody to like, subscribe, share, join the groups, buy your Smacking Off merchandise, and most of all, fuck your team.
Y'all be good. Guys. Enjoy the games.
Bye, guys.
Take care, guys.
Smacking off the podcast.